Welcome everybody. Today we have an upper body focused Pilates time strength workout. For this workout, we will use bala bangles and dumbbells. I have decided to use 2-pound bala bangles and 2 5-pound dumbbells. As we move through this workout, know that you can drop the weight at any time. So I recommend starting with the lightest weight first, and then you can always add on as we move throughout the reps. Since this is a strength times Pilates workout, you will see some movements that are more typical to strength and resistance training, as well as some Pilates-based movements. We will get started in a standing position. So once you have your wrist weights on and your dumbbells to the side of the mat, you'll turn to face the front. We'll start with a little bit of a warm up to warm up our spine. So find a bend in the knees, a little bit of a hinge at the hips, hands come on top of the thighs, and we'll move into a standing cat-cow. So you'll inhale, pull the chest through, gaze goes up, arch through the back. Exhale, round, tuck the chin to the chest, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, pull the chest through, arch through the back, lift the chin. Exhale, round. Try to connect the breath and the movement. We have just a few more here. Stretching through the back, warming up the muscles. Take it at your own pace. Last 3 here. Last 2. And we have one more standing cat-cow. After that full round, just go ahead and hinge at the hips, lower yourself down, straighten through the legs, and we'll do a little bit of a hamstring warm up here. You'll bend left knee while you keep right leg straight, and then switch to the other side. Switch it out, back to the other side. At the same time, you're taking this opportunity to connect to the breath, to center the mind, and to prepare for the movement that is yet to come. Then go ahead and release. Both legs are straight. Find a little bit of a bend in the knees. Grab your weight. So there will be one weight on each side of the mat, and then one weight into each hand. Again, if you want to start with just your bala bangles without the dumbbells to see how the movement feels in your body, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and start with the weight. Go ahead and lift yourself up. So there's a hinge at the hips, generous bend through the knees. We start with a row. You'll lift the weight back towards the hips and release back towards the earth. Lift, row it back, and release. Keep moving here. Make sure your ribs knit in. So there's strength all through the core here. Neutral neck, gazes down towards the mat. Breathe. Weight is more into the heels. Nice, slow and controlled movements here. High volume. And as you pull your weight back, think that you're pulling the weight up towards the hips and then releasing back down underneath the shoulders. So you'll lift back, bend through the elbows, almost like a 90-degree, and then release. Keep moving. Keep controlling the weight. Know you can always drop the weight if you started with it and it feels a little too heavy. We have a few more reps. Last 3. Last 2, really squeeze the shoulder blades. Last 1 here. Release the weights down to the earth. You'll find that hinge up again. And then we move into a rear delt fly. So you'll open up through the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, release back down to the mat. You'll open up the arms, squeeze through the shoulder blades, release back down to the mat. Check in with your core. Is your core engaged? Are your ribs knitting in? Weight is more in the heel, so you're getting a little bit of a lower body workout here as we move the upper body. If this feels a little too light with the ball of bangles, you can always add in the weights. Again, take the workout as you need. Add and subtract the weights as it feels good for you. We have a few more here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hinge through the hips, extend through the legs, move the weights alongside, plant your hands, step one foot back and then the other. You're in a plank pose, press up and away from the mat. Knit the ribs in, neutral neck. Find your flat back, we breathe. Weight is evenly distributed through the fingertips. Lift the kneecaps, squeeze through the glutes. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, release your knees to the earth, sit back, child's pose. Take a moment here. Walk the hands out towards the front of the mat, find space through low back. One more round of breath. Then you'll press your way up into a down dog. Just one round of breath in down dog, then start to walk your feet towards the top of the mat. We have another full round of that. So slight bend of the knees, grab your weights. We're going to move into the rows. So lift yourself up so that there's a hinge in the hips. There's a bend through the knees. Weights are beneath the shoulders and then you'll pull them back towards the hips. Release them down. Pull them back towards the hips, release them down. So as you're pulling the weight back, you really want to connect to the muscle, connect to your lats. Feel your back squeezing to pull the weights. You can close your eyes here if you would like, if that helps you connect a little bit more to the muscle. Keep with the breath. Squeeze as you pull. Check in with your core. Make sure your core is supporting your low back. Check in with the weight. Is the weight more towards the heels? We have a few more here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, we're going to go into the rear delt fly. So you can keep the weights or you can drop them down. Then we open up the arms and release. Open and release. Open and release. Keep breathing, keep moving. Neutral neck, core is engaged. Legs might be shaking a little bit, that's okay. There's a lot going on. We came here to work. Really connect to the muscles in the same way we did as we did the row. You really want to connect to the squeeze as you lift the arms. We have a few more. We have 3, 2, last 1 here. Forward fold, move the weights alongside the mat. One hand down, then the other. 1 foot steps back, then the other. Hold in your plank. This time you can add a little bit more if you would like. If you're going to add a little bit more, we're going to add a weight slide. So you'll pull one weight in closer. Make sure it is long ways. You'll slide it to the right, plant right hand down. lift left, slide it to the left, plant left hand down. As you're moving through this, you want to walk your feet out a little bit wider, and the goal is to really try to keep your hips and your body stable and to avoid rocking left and right. If you're sliding the weight through, we have 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Then you'll bend through the knees, lower knees down, sit back, child's pose. Remove that weight alongside so you have room to sit into your child's pose. Take a breath here. Walk the hands towards front of mat to find length through the back. One more breath. Then when you're ready, find your way into down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky. 1 full round of breath here. Then begin to walk your feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. We have our last round of the rows, the rear delt fly. So go ahead, grab the weights if you would like. If you really feel fatigued, you can do the movements with just the ball of bangles. We find our way up, hinge in the hips, bend in the knees, then start your row. Back muscles are pulling the weights back. Core is engaged, core protects the low back. Yes, you can. This last round is when it really starts to get difficult. You can close your eyes and focus on the connection with the muscle. Connect to the breath. Find strength through the breath. We're more than halfway through these. Then you'll get a little bit of a longer break. We have 5. Last 4, pull towards the hips. 3, 2, 1 more, and then into the rear delt fly. Up to you if you're going to keep the weights or release them. Find the same positioning with the upper body. Weight is in the heels. Open up the arms and release. Open, release, open, and release. Keep moving. Neutral neck, strong legs, strong core. Everything is working here. Yes, you can. Where's your breath? We have a few more. We're almost there. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Release hands to the earth. Step 1 foot back, then the other. Plank pose, your choice. If you're going to slide the weight back and forth or just hold in your plank, you can do it. Keep with it. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Knees to the earth. Untuck the toes, move the weight to the side. Find your way into child's pose. You can cupcake the fingertips here if you would like. Perhaps that helps you find a little bit more space through your back. This time we press up into a tabletop position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll move through cat-cow this time, but a traditional cat-cow. So you'll inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round through the back. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round through the back. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Last 2 here. Last 1. And we find our way into a neutral tabletop, ribs knit in, strong core here. We move through a thread the needle flow only on one side. So left hand will stay planted. Lift right hand up towards the ceiling. Then we thread right arm underneath left, open back up. So we move through this movement, thread underneath, then open up towards the ceiling. Thread it through and open up. So this is definitely a burner. You'll feel the extra weight of the bangles pretty quickly. A little bit of core work here too, especially with the rotation. And then also our left arm and left shoulder is working to help keep us stable. We have about 5 more. Last 4. Last 3. 2 more here. Last 1. So you'll open all the way back up. Release right hand to the earth, readjust if you need. Then left hand stays planted. Right hand is back towards right knee. You'll pump right palm up towards the ceiling and release. Up towards the ceiling and release. Up towards the ceiling and release. So we're really working through right lat. You might also feel it through right tricep. Neutral neck, core is engaged. Keep breathing. Try to connect the breath and the movement if you can, slow and controlled. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. You'll place right hand underneath right shoulder, extend right leg back, open up towards the right hand follows and comes up towards the ceiling, then release right arm overhead. So we start here with the elongation, then you'll lift your right foot off the earth. As you exhale, crunch, right elbow towards right knee, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch, inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. It's okay if the knee and the elbow do not touch. We're really looking for an engagement through right side oblique, through right lat, and also through outer right leg. Don't forget about left side body. You're still lifting up and away from the mat, so there's still a lot going on in your left shoulder and your left obliques. Keep moving, we have a few more. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find length, find the stretch, and then roll it over, release back into your tabletop. We go right back into the thread, the needle. So you'll lift your right hand up towards the ceiling, gaze tracks your right hand as you thread and as you open back up. This round is when we really start to feel it. Left arm is really getting fatigued. Keep pushing, keep breathing. Check in with your core. Make sure your ribs are still knitting in. A lot going on. Sweat is dripping. Try to stay focused. Try to stay connected. Last 4 here. 3. Last 2. 1 more full round. Then we open all the way up. Release right hand to the earth, adjust if you need. Then we bring right hand back towards right knee. Lift palm and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Press up and away from the mat. Neutral neck. About halfway through. Yes, you can. You'll get a break soon. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Release right hand underneath the shoulder. Extend your right leg back. Open up. Right hand comes overhead. Lift right foot off the earth. Then crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. We're going for 2 full rounds with this unilateral movement. So you'll get a break after we're done. See what changes for you knowing that. Can you push a little bit harder? Can you dig a little bit deeper? Embrace the shakes. We came here to work. We have 5. I'm right here with you for 4, 3, last 2, last one here. Squeeze it in, extend, find a length, right foot's on the earth. This time we'll come all the way up and find a gate pose. Breathe here. Take a moment. And then release. Both knees come underneath the hips. Sit down. Glutes are on the heels. Take a moment here. Come back to your breath. You can take some neck stretches if you would like. And then we'll interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll shoulders up towards the ears. Slide them down. Open up through the chest. A little bit of stretch through the shoulders. Then slowly release. We'll turn and face the back of the mat this time. Then we'll move into the other side. So our right hand is planted as we move through the thread the needle. So you'll inhale, lift your left arm up, and we thread and hover. Open all the way up, gaze tracks left hand, and thread. Open up and thread. Keep moving here, keep breathing. Check in with your core. Second side is always harder. And we're right in the middle of our workout. We're right at that hump, that bell curve. Embrace the shakes, embrace the heat. Thankful for the body to move today. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Open all the way up. Place left hand down, readjust if you need. And then you'll extend your left arm back straight. Hand is towards left knee. Then lift the palm and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Remember that as you lift, you find this squeeze through left lat, also through left tricep. Lots going on here. Core is still working, neutral neck. Big, deep breaths. We have a few more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Release. Left hand underneath left shoulder. Spin and open, so left leg is extended. We lift left hand up towards the ceiling. Then overhead, find length here. Lift left leg off the earth. Then we crunch and extend. Crunch and extend. Again, remember, it's okay for knee and elbow not to touch. We're really looking through the engagement through our left side body. So that'll be through left arm, left lat, left side obliques, and outer left leg. Even though left side is what is working, our right side is still engaged. So we still have our right shoulder supporting us and our right obliques working to keep us stable. Few more here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Extend long, find the stretch, then we release into the tabletop. You can give your right arm a quick shake, and we go right back into the thread the needle, so right hand stays planted. Inhale, lift left arm up, exhale, thread. Only one more full round of the thread the needle, the lat extension, and the side body crunch. Find the strength in your mind, and you'll find the strength in your body. It's amazing what 2-pound weights can do, right? Keep breathing, keep moving. I'm right here with you, so everything you're feeling, I'm feeling as well. Give me a few more. Yes, you can for 3. Last 2. Last 1. We open all the way up, lower left hand down, adjust if you need. Then you extend left arm straight back, lift palm up towards the ceiling, and release. Lift and release, lift and release. Keep moving. Neck is neutral. Ribs knit in. Core is engaged. Total body is working. Strength with the breath. Working on resilience of not only the body, but the mind. We have 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1 here. Lower your left hand down, spin, open all the way up. Left hand lifts, then it finds its way overhead. Lift left leg, we crunch. Extend and crunch. Extend and crunch. We have a nice break coming after this. You can close your eyes if you need. Dig deep. Everything is shaking. Woo! You can do it. We have a few more. Give me 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Extend, find the stretch. Left foot plants. Then you'll lift yourself all the way up, gate pose, right hand overhead. Slowly release. Left leg underneath left hip. Then sit back onto your heels. Let the arms drape long beside you. Then we'll interlace the hands at low back. Bring the hand packet to right hip and release right ear, right shoulder. Hand packet to low back, roll shoulders up towards the ears, slide them down, stretch through the shoulders. You can even turn this into a semi-child's pose if you would like. Then lift yourself back up. This time, hand packet comes to left hip, and then drop left ear, left shoulder. Release, let that go, face towards the front. Now we'll move into a traditional child's pose. Knees can be wide or close together, whichever works for you. Sit back, extend the arms, forehead to the mat. We have one more sequence and then we are done. Check in with the body. Check in with the breath. When you're ready, go ahead and press yourself up. You'll make your way onto your glutes with feet planted and knees bent. Again, remember, you can add or subtract as much weight as you would like. So if you're really feeling burnt out at this point, you can completely get rid of the bala bangles, or whenever I incorporate the dumbbells, you can use only the bangles. So we'll grab our weights. Lift the weights up in line with the shoulders, round through the back, lower yourself all the way down so the weights are now over the shoulders. Walk your feet in a little bit closer to the glutes. Knit the ribs in, neutral pelvis here. Then we'll bring the weights overhead, lift them back up. Weights overhead, lift them back up. Keep moving through this. Make sure as you extend the weights overhead that you're engaging the core. So we want to avoid a flare of the rib cage. So a lot working here. We have our upper body working and our core working as well. Keep breathing. Slow and controlled movement. Really plant your feet into the mat. That'll help you keep the core engaged. Just a few more reps here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now your choice if you would like to keep your feet planted, or you can lift them up so you work a little bit more of your core, and then we'll move into a tricep press. So you'll bend through the elbows, lower the triceps to the earth, then press the weights up towards the ceiling. Lower them down and press, lower and press. So the difference between a tricep press and a chest press is that in a tricep press, your triceps are really close to the sides of your body and you're really pressing through your triceps to push the weight up towards the ceiling. So there is a little bit of chest work still going on here. The difference is that it's not primarily the chest muscles that are pressing the weights up towards the ceiling. So we have a few more reps here. If your legs are lifted, check in with your core. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. You'll lower the weights down, lower your feet down if they're lifted, and then place the weights alongside the mat. Walk your feet out a little bit wider. We'll move into some roll-ups here. So you'll inhale, extend the arms overhead. As you exhale, chin to chest, round C curve, then lift yourself all the way up. We reverse that round through the back, arms overhead. So we inhale with the arms overhead, exhale to curve up. We inhale here, exhale as you lower and bring arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, curl up. Inhale here, exhale about halfway through the curl down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep with that, slow and controlled. This might feel really therapeutic after all of the standing work and tabletop work. For some, it might just feel like a total burn. Keep moving, keep breathing. We have a few more and then we'll go back into the lat pull and the tricep press. Last two here. Last one. Then you'll lower yourself all the way down. Walk the feet in. If you shimmied a little bit towards the top of the mat, you can always make your way back towards the center. Then we lift the weights up towards the ceiling. Weights are in line with the shoulders. Feet firmly planted into the mat. Ribs knit in. Then extend the arms overhead. Release the weights back up. We extend and lift. Extend and lift. Keep moving, keep breathing. Just like I said earlier about the bell curve, we really hit the height of our workout while we were in the tabletop position. Not saying that this is not still difficult, it definitely is. It's still a challenge, just a little bit different when you're in the supine position and that your total body is not working to keep you stable. We have a few more here. Last four. Last three. Two more, and then we move into the tricep press. Last one. Weights stay up towards the ceiling. Again, it's up to you. If you want to lift the legs for a little bit more core engagement, then bend through the elbows. Press the weights to the ceiling. Bend through the elbows. Press the weights. Bend through the elbows. Press the weights. Whether your feet are on the earth or legs are lifted, your core is still engaged here. So check in with the core. Notice what's going on. Really tune into your breath. Allow the breath to help you. Find strength through the breath. We have a few more of these and then we'll go back into our roll-ups. Last three. Last two. Last one. Lower the weights, lower the feet if they were lifted, weights alongside the mat. Walk the feet out a little bit farther, give yourself some space. Then we inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, C curve all the way up. Then lower yourself back down. Sometimes it might take a roll up or two to find the positioning of your feet and legs that works best for you. It's okay if you have to adjust. We don't always land perfectly the first time. There's nothing wrong with that. Connect to the breath. Connect to the muscles that are firing. Be proud of yourself. Thankful for the movement. It's amazing what happens when we shift our focus to a place of gratitude. If you start thinking about the movement and the workout in a more positive light, you'll start to feel a lot more positive about what it is you're feeling. We have a few more of these. Last 2, and then we have one more full set. After that, there's a nice juicy stretch coming. Last one. Roll yourself down. Adjust if you need. Then we bend our knees, plant the feet, find your weights up towards the ceiling, core is engaged, lower the weights, and lift. Lower, and lift. We're almost done. We're on the last leg here. Really dig deep, find strength. Again, we're working on not only physical strength and resilience, but also mental strength and resilience. This is a tough class. We're finding what we need within ourselves to keep moving. More than halfway through these. Give me a few more. Yes, you can. We have 3. Last 2. Last one, then we go into the tricep press, your choice if you want to lift the legs or keep the feet planted. Weights are up towards the ceiling. Lower down and press. Bend through the elbows and press. Bend through the elbows and press. Keep moving, keep breathing, core is engaged, neutral neck. Connect with the breath. We're halfway through. Just a few more. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. One more full rep. Then lower the feet, lower the weights. We have our roll-ups, and then we move into a stretch. So you'll inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, curve round and lift. Lower yourself back down. Inhale. Exhale, curve and lift. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, curl. So it's a 4 count breath. Slow and controlled, try not to rush it. We have a few more. Last 2. Last 1. And we'll roll all the way down onto the mat, complete the full rep. Then we'll bring the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. You can rock left and right. Now for this stretch, at least for this part of the stretch, I recommend keeping your ball of bangles on if you have them. And then just go ahead and slide the dumbbells out of the way. Leg packet will fall towards the left. Right arm opens up to the right, gazes to the right, and use your left hand to drape over your outside of right leg. Now we're looking for the stretch through outside right glute all the way up to lower right side of the back. Then your choice if you want right palm down towards the earth or up towards the ceiling. That might change the stretch that you feel through the upper body, so just check in, do what works best for you. Then we'll release the twist, come back through the center, rock left and right. And then this time, leg packet over towards the right. Left arm opens up to the left. Right hand drapes outside of left leg. Looking for the stretch through outer left glute, all the way down through lower left side of the back. Release the twist, knees back into the chest, give them a squeeze. Then lower both of the feet down to the earth. We'll open up the arms and then cross one over the other, it doesn't matter, and give yourself a hug, stretching through the back of the shoulders. Open up, move to the other side. So the weight assists in helping in the stretch. And we open up, this time inhale, arms overhead, extend the legs long, stretch long, find length, and release. And then you can roll yourself back up. We'll come into a mermaid stretch. So you'll have 90-90 with the legs, a 90-degree angle with your left knee and also your right knee. And then you'll extend your left arm overhead, stretch through left side body. You'll feel this all the way down. Then release, let that go, switch out the legs, other side. Mermaid to the left. Then release into a seated position. You can cross at the ankles. We'll do a few shoulder rolls, hands on top of the legs or the knees. Reverse. And then you'll cross one arm in front of the body. Release, other side. Release, hand packet to low back, roll shoulders up towards the ears, slide them down. Perhaps you hinge forward as you stretch through the arms. Release, let that go. You are done with your Strength Times Pilates class for today. That was definitely a tough workout. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for flowing with me today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.